Welcome to 5-Minute Movie Reviews, the new segment. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that the whole time. What is up, everybody? Welcome to 5-Minute Movie Reviews, the show where we review all our favorite movies in 5 minutes or less, or longer sometimes. It's my show, I can do whatever I want. So, guys, I'm very excited to be talking to you about a Southern Gothic drama, thriller, horrific movie, all kinds of stuff. It's the new Netflix, I want to say sensation, but it's mainly because there's nothing else new out right now, and it has Tom Holland in it, who everybody loves, myself included. The Devil All the Time. It's been on Netflix a couple weeks now, and I had the misfortune of seeing it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, spoiler alert for my grade for this movie. I'm really not a fan. And I know the trend in my reviews lately, I like Tenet, but I didn't like The New Mutants. And we've been dealing with some more negative type of reviews on this show, and yeah, this is probably, it's not as bad as New Mutants for sure. It's not a travesty to film, you know what I mean? I didn't want to claw my eyes out after watching it, but I just couldn't really get into it for several different reasons. A lot of people talk about the acting in this movie. They say it is very well acted. And as someone who latches on to a good performance in a movie or is distracted by a bad performance in a movie, a lot of this acting, it's not bad. It's just so over the top and hammy. First off, the Southern accents that sound exactly like I was doing at the beginning of the video, they don't really sound like Southern people that I know. And being from Kentucky, I think I have a pretty good idea of what that sounds like. It's just a little bit too hammy and over the top. Southern accents are, for the most part, around here a little bit more subtle, kind of like mine. I know I have one, obviously, but not as strong as these guys. I mean, Bill Skarsgård in this movie sounds like he would be playing an SNL character. It's that ridiculous, and he's a great actor, but golly, this accent did not work for him. And pretty much all the cast, even Tom Holland, wasn't very convincing, and he normally does a very good American accent, but stick to New York accents, buddy. So, the cast, you know, for the most part is okay. You got Tom Holland, who's great. Robert Pattinson's good. Harry Melling from Harry Potter, played Dudley in Harry Potter, is in this movie as like a crazy preacher. Robert Pattinson's a crazy preacher as well. A lot of crazy preachers in this movie. I really think this movie is overall like an allegory for religion. And, you know, I can see what it's trying to do in its themes. It hits you over the head. It's not subtle at all. But I just didn't really get anything out of it. This movie's very depressing. And by the end, I was left sitting there thinking, yep, that was depressing, but did I learn anything? Did I take anything away from it? Not really. It's funny because a movie that can be so not subtle with its messages can leave you feeling empty afterwards. It's like, yeah, I've seen this explore well, you know, how toxic religion can be, you know, religious fanatics and people who go over the top with it. Crazy preachers, like I've said, who are just crooks or predators and stuff like that, which we deal a lot with nowadays. It's just not that compelling of a theme to me, and it's been done better in much better movies. So the theme isn't very good. The acting's over the top. It's really a slugfest to get through. It's like over 2 hours long. I think it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, which is way too long for this type of movie. But I want to talk about the absolute worst thing in this movie. So it's based off a book, right? And I've heard the book's good. Never read it. I love books, but this one never really struck my interest, so when I heard they're making a movie out of it, I was like, that'll be interesting. And for some reason, they decided that the author of the book would narrate the entire movie. The whole thing. A lot of this movie doesn't have much dialogue in it. There's long sequences where a character's staring, looking off into the distance, and you hear the narrator explaining exactly how they feel. I mean, let us figure out something for ourselves. I know it's based off of a book, but an adaptation is supposed to be different. Right? That's why it's called an adaptation. You know, it's supposed to be different. You adapt something to film, things are going to change. Watching a movie shouldn't feel like I'm reading a book. Right? So the narration's the worst part of the movie. So overall, I don't really understand why everybody's freaking out over this movie, thinking it's so good. I think it's just because, like I said, it was something to watch. Everybody loves Tom Holland. Everybody loves my boy R-Pat right here. And yeah, he's good in the movie. He's good in everything he's in, except Twilight. But we don't talk about that anymore. So overall, guys, this movie was not my cup of tea. You know, if you like depressing Southern stories with a religious allegory, then have at it, but not my thing at all. So I'll be giving The Devil All the Time a 4 out of 10. So thank you all very much for watching. Sorry you had to suffer through my horrendous southern accent at the beginning of this video. For the rest of the video, you had to suffer through my understated southern accent. So thank you all, of course, very much for watching. Be on the lookout for new reviews every Monday and new podcast episodes out every Friday. See you guys later. Bye.